Are you new to the Pokemon TCG and looking for a way in competitively? Well, then stick around because I have a deck that might fit your needs. I'm talking none other than the brand new Chien-Pao deck that recently came out with the last set, and we're going to be looking at how it does in the meta and how you can make that deck a competitive deck. Let's get into it. Welcome back, players and collectors, to my channel, Ren's Collectibles. If you're new here, I'm Ren, and yeah, I have been looking as a brand new competitive player to getting into the meta for Pokemon TCG competitively, and it's a tough market. There's a lot of decks to choose from, a lot of different ways you can build these decks, and they're not very easy to run and play, especially for beginners. So that led me onto the quest of trying to find a deck that was a little bit beginner friendly and to see if there's anything we can use as beginners to really get started and kind of find our place in the meta. And in order to get to this point where we want to be competitive, I had to stop and ask myself, how can we be competitive in this TCG climate? Oh, we can use that Mew V. No. Although I do really like that deck. We need to find a deck that we can begin with and teach other beginners as well. Well, why don't we start back at the basics? Okay, not bad idea. Let's dig into it. And that search brought me to here, the basic spot to look for decks, which are the brand new starter decks from each generation. And I was wanting to get into the Scarlet and Violet era since I kind of got lost in the Sword and Shield era and thought, you know, we got to look at some of these brand new EX battle decks that came out. And of the four that are currently available, the Chien-Pao seemed like the most viable deck to be not only beginner friendly, but competitive. So we picked it up. We're going to try it out. So as you can see here, this is what the list for the deck has on PTCG Live. I just used the code card to input it. And as you can see, there's just a bunch of basic Pokemon and only one EX. So let's load up a game and see how it goes. Yeah, that didn't go quite as well as we wanted it to, so what can we do? We can upgrade the deck, and there's a really good resource for doing that, and it's called Limitless TCG. Now, Limitless TCG, if you don't know about it, is a website that runs and keeps track of all of the competitive decks used in regionals, internationals, worlds, all these big championship style formats, and kind of puts them all in there so you can see the deck list of each player and each kind of deck being used, essentially to figure out what's being played, to see what's being competitive and make a deck for yourself. So we're going to do just that. So once you get onto the Limitless TCG website, you'll see that they have a top decks list up here already, and you can see some of the top decks that are being utilized right now. There's my boy Mew VMAX, but we're getting past him. Today we are looking at Chien-Pao and Baxcalibur, which is already the base of what the current starter deck has with some upgrades. So we're gonna make these upgrades and we're gonna go back into PTCG Live and see how much of a difference some of these cards can truly make. And again, this is a deck that placed, I think, 13th overall in Worlds and had a couple high spots for like NAIC and other competitions as well. Now for this, if you want to see a specific deck list that a person used, it has the list button over here, and although it does not have all of the deck lists, it has some of them. So this one placed 31st overall at Worlds. This one placed 12th overall at NAIC. So we're going to click on that one. And here you can see the breakdown of everything. 3 Chien-Pao, 3 Frigibax, 3 Baxcalibur, Radiant Greninja, Lumineon V, Arceus, Arceus V Star, Manaphy, Mew, so on and so forth. So you find the deck that you feel you would be most comfortable with or that you like the flow of and pick one from there. Personally, I love this deck list more than the others. I especially love the Bibarel and Bidoof to get some card draw going, which through my regular EX Battle Deck gameplay, out of the 4 or 5 games I did play, I ran into the issue of not being able to draw a lot of cards. So I think this Bibarel is going to help solve a big problem here. And now that we have a deck that's upgraded to be competitive, now let's give it a try and see what it's really like. There you go, folks. Tastes just like victory. It's amazing what a small upgrade and switching out a couple cards can do, or adding a couple cards can really do to improve a deck. And we just saw that taking a basic EX deck like that and just swapping out some cards can make them very viable in the competitive scene. Now, I'm not saying that this deck is going to win every single time, and I've lost with this deck before already, but I've won way more than I've lost with it, and it feels so much better, so much smoother playing it when you upgrade some of the deck this way. So if you're a beginner player out there just like me, know that you can do this as well. These decks are there and they are ready to be upgraded for your liking. Again, I just started my own competitive Pokemon TCG journey. I took that deck, I kind of molded it after what somebody else had done to get some tips, some tricks, and to kind of see what works, what doesn't work. And that's all you got to do for your decks as well. I really hope this video helped you guys as much as it actually kind of helped me in the process of playing. And if it did, make sure to smash that like button and consider subscribing to the channel as well. I am taking you all on my journey, like I said in my previous video, of my PTCG competitive journey, going from nothing to hopefully something. So if you're interested in following along with that, make sure you subscribe. Thank you guys once again for watching, and we'll check you guys in the next video.